Hello.
It's Lasia.
Lasia, black folks with these names. How old are you?
I'm 24.
24. All right. Single, married, what?
I'm single.
All right. So what do you got on the topic? Do modern women know how bad it's really gotten?
I don't think we fully know, but I think we're starting to see how it is. I'll say for me, my personal experience, I'm starting to see as a black woman dating that we are kind of at the bottom and we're not like the first selection. When I walk in, we're not the first.
You're not the first selection of whom?
I would say of black men. I'll say not of all men, but I mostly focus on black men. That's who I prefer. But a lot of
black men marry black women at an 86% rate.
I get tired of black women saying that. Check your inbox, baby. Check your and I know we just saying this. We talking about inboxes. Check your inbox. It's not full of white or Hispanic dudes, right? When somebody shoots their shot at you out in public or anywhere, who's shooting their shot at you? Is it white dudes and Hispanic dudes? Please tell me. I want to know. And they just be saying this bullshit, man. It's just shit that I just think they make up or they have conversations with each other. Yeah, da 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 da. Let me put this weave in my hair because da 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 da. Let me da 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 because this is what he wants. When you know every dude that's shooting his shot at you is a black man. Holy shit, man, bros be lying. God. But JR, you said they don't lie. You believe everything they say. You're a simp. You guys, listen. Men, how can you want to chastise a bitch, according to you? You want to chastise and go off on a bitch and act like a bitch at the same time. That shit don't go together. That's my issue with you. But anyway, I digress.
What are you talking about?
You do have a point there, but as far as like desires or preferences, as they would like to say, a lot of them like our look or like our charisma, but when it comes to our attitudes or just the way that we communicate and work with them.
So when you say somebody walk in the room, how can they tell that about you?
Well, when I say like walk in the room, I mean like when we walk in the room, men are coming up to us first, if that makes sense.
Who are they coming up to first?
I'll say most of the time it's like Mexican,
bullshit,
Latina girls or Caucasian women.
And I'm gonna ask you a straightforward question: are these women more physically fit than the women you're talking about?
And this broad just making some shit up. She don't know what the fuck she talking about. I don't know where the hell you are. Where are you at? I don't know. Come on, man.
Some cases.
Don't give me the special snowflake answer. I hate when women do this shit. Well, it all depends. Sometimes yes, sometimes no. Look, men are visual. You cannot tell me that black men walk into a room where all things being equal, all the women in there are 5'4", dress size 4, and they just go to the white women and Latinas. That's not even how we're built. Are the women you're talking about that are getting passed over physically fit? 5'4", 120 pounds, dress size 4. Yes, no.
No.
There you go. That's why you're getting passed over. Because 80% of you are overweight. But you put it off on race. And that's a cop-out.
So is she referring to a sorority of BBWs? I mean, I don't know.
I wasn't saying like.
When I gave you 86% of black men marry black women at an 86% rate, you still found a way to make your argument
I was talking about communication and like how
It has to be an approach before communication.
Mm-hmm.
True.
You said that they're not even approaching, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, how can you communicate if there's not an approach? You can't. So if a black woman in your circumstance that you're talking about gets approached, then the issue becomes what?
Well, I'll say with my experiences, a lot of men my age aren't really looking to settle down or be serious. They're kind of wanting to play the field. So I feel like that's where.
But you said these men are still approaching white women and Latinas.
They are. And they go and they settle and
they settle. They do what? They settle.
Not settle, like settle down. You know what I'm saying? Like get married.
Ma'am. Okay. Ma'am, what you just said makes no. Okay, ma'am, what you just said makes no sense. I said.
This whole conversation don't make no sense. She just get this off of one of these damn gossip websites or some bullshit like that, and her experience. Let's hear about your experience, baby. What's your dating like? What's your measurements and all that good shit? When's the last time somebody, laid you down, and what color was their skin?
After they approach, and then what? You said, well, most men my age aren't looking to settle down. They're playing the field. Then I said, well, what you just said is those men are approaching white women and Latinas. Yes, they are. And then what? And then they get them and they settle down with them. Meaning that a black woman could have been settled down with two. It's not the youth. It's not their age. See, what black women never want to deal with is the fact of the matter is your fitness and your attitude are your biggest problems. If you would be as fit as your competition and as friendly, cooperative, and submissive as your competition, you would win the majority of your men like any other race of women do and have done throughout history.
But that's what I was referring to with the cooperation and the communicating. That's where it goes wrong.
But it goes wrong from whose standpoint, the men or the women?
I could say both.
No, you can't say both because you just said these men go off and settle down with white women. See, the more y'all do this bullshit, both. It's always both. Why can't you ladies just hold yourselves strictly accountable? Because you're losing to other women. The higher up your men go, especially your generation, more and more guys are saying they're not even starting to deal with women, black women, because of your attitudes. You know this.
I'm saying with the community.
Well, then you have to fix it. Because if they're not dealing with you, it's not as though they're not dealing with any woman. So let me ask you a question. Are you saying that the men in your generation are choosing to have no woman, or are they dealing with women other than black women?
I see what she's doing also, and I'm just pointing this out. You see how much of her body she's showing? She's only showing a little bit of her face. Like she's only showing a little bit of her face, but you can see more of the ceiling and the back wall, and then she's trying to avoid, down below, which is a tactic a lot of these ladies use on dating sites and social media. Baby, show it. Let's see it. Go like the other chick, go out the other women, and show your lower. At least y'all be showing the girls. I mean, you trying to just keep it. Not even the chin, the lips on up. Come on, man. You gotta fix that.
They're dealing with women other than black women.
Then right there shows you the problem. They're dealing with women. If you had said they're choosing to not deal with any women, then you could have made the argument. But now if they're dealing with women other than black women, why not understand why? Like I said, number one, are they as fit as your competition? You said no. 80% are overweight and 80% of that number are obese. You've heard black men talk about the attitude. You've been on this channel listening to women who don't even want to smile. And when I start asking these specific questions, you want to go down to both. This is what happens to matriarchy, where you can't hold women accountable. They never want to get down to the point. The problem is on your side. Women, yes or no? The young men are still getting with women, yes or no? Yes or no?
Yes.
Right. So they're going into the store to buy something. They're walking out with a Becky or a Marisol, and they could have had a Kenya. So it ain't like they walked into the store without money and not intending to buy. You got to make your product better.
But that's what I was saying in the beginning. It comes down to the communication and us cooperating with each other.
No. It comes to you cooperating with us. See, that's why you keep going. See, you keep talking like we're part.
Have one-sided cooperation.
Well, you don't have a choice. See, you're losing to Marisol, Mylene. You're losing to Becky, Marisol, and Mylene. See, you keep saying cooperate with us. Why does he have to cooperate with us when he's gonna go over to Marisol and she's willing to cooperate with him? He's gonna go to the situation that is gonna cooperate with him. Then he has to cooperate with you.
But if you're cooperating, isn't that a team effort? So doesn't it take two?
Well, if that's the case, you shouldn't be losing. If what you're saying is the case, all things be losing to non-black women.
But when I speak with most black men, they don't even want to cooperate with us. They already have it in their mind that
where'd that come from? Where'd that come from?
I'm not sure where it really.
It just came. It just popped in their head. It just came from nowhere. One day they just woke up and said, "This."
And when do you discover that they don't want to cooperate with you? Like they just come out and just. If you can't communicate with somebody, both parties, there's an issue. So if he's just coming up saying that he doesn't want to cooperate with you, or he's not willing to hear what you got to say, and this is how it's gonna go. Nah, I think this girl just be damn man. She making up some shit.
No, because they've grown up. No, I'm going to tell you where it came from. This is very conversations where it came from. The inability for you guys to be honest. These guys are your brothers, your cousins, your neighbors. They went to high school with you. They went to junior high with you. They went to elementary with you. They went to pre-K with you. Their mothers are you. Black men know black women intimately well because black women run everything in the black community. So if black men in your generation are choosing to not even deal with them, it's not because it doesn't come from somewhere. And you're talking about we need to cooperate with each other. Ma'am, if you're on the losing end of a relationship situation, if you don't get black men, what is your option? White men? Hispanic men? Asian men? Middle Eastern men? They're not running over to the hood or the neighborhood to scoop up black women in large numbers. Is it starting to sink in yet?
And that's why I say what she's talking about is when you go into a room and black men are going to these other women. No, they're not. No, they're not. It's black men.
That it already sunk in with me, and I'm realizing that we just don't cooperate. I don't know.
Well, when you said we don't cooperate, you said we don't cooperate with each other.
Yes, we do not cooperate with each other.
And that's the point. And see, the point is not we don't cooperate with each other. Black women don't cooperate with black men. You must cooperate with us first. This is about order.
Plenty of black women that would not mind cooperating with a black man or communicating with a black man. It has to be a two-way street. It can't be just receptive on.
Okay, I don't think you're see, again, right there, you ran it into a ditch. I know plenty of black women who would not mind. Would not mind while your non-black competition is ecstatic to. They're wanting to. They're leaving their their racial preference of men to come over to talk to black men. They're choosing to come, leave their neighborhoods and come get with Jamal. While Jamal's in your neighborhood and you're talking about, I wouldn't mind. So Jamal has to ask himself, which woman is more ecstatic, exuberant, and excited about cooperating with me? Kenya or Becky? And by the words out of your own mouth, other women are more because you wouldn't mind cooperating with them. Somebody wants, that means I'll do it if I have to. I'll do it. It's okay. I won't mind. Hey, you want to go to the movies? Oh, I don't mind. You want to go to Hawaii? I don't mind. Hey, you want to go to the movies? Oh my God, I would love to go to the movies. Hey, you want to go to Hawaii? Oh my God, thank you for buying tickets. You notice how different that is? Hello?
Are you stating that is?
Do you notice how different those two things are?
Yes, I noticed the difference in tone and effort, excitement. I see it, I hear it. But where I'm coming from is when you say we have to be ecstatic or we have to be the ones who want to cooperate or to make it work, how can you cooperate or make it work with somebody who already has it in their mind that this is not going to work out anyway? So let me just get what I want.
Baby, why you should know that early on. How long are you staying with this person? Women tend to, and that's the thing about some women, they tend to stay in these situationships, relationships much longer than it should be, hoping that they can change the mindset of a man. Same thing with guys. They stay in these relationships much longer than they should when the woman's not into you or the guy's not into you, or it's just strictly buns at the end of the day. And if it's strictly buns and everything else is jacked up, it's just two people that's unhappy that have a codependency going on. That's all it is.
And move on.
Sounds like you got a problem. Sounds like you got a lot of work to do. Sounds like you got a lot of. If you're trying to sell something to a market and they already have it in their mind that your product is bad, it's not gonna give me what I want. It's not gonna give me the outcome. And either you sell your product or you go bankrupt and don't eat. What do you have to do? What do you have to do? What do you have to do? Don't ask me a question. What do you have to do?
You have to find out what you need to do to sell your product.
Ding, ding, fucking ding. Black women have to figure out why black men are not buying them. And then you have to give black men what they want. Up front. You can't, I don't mind. You got to be willing to outcompete Becky Marisol and Mylene. Because the problem that black women are having with black men is one that black women have earned. Like it or not, young lady, that's the way it is. And here are your options. If you don't want to earn it, then I'd like to see you go get it with Brad, Ahmed, Jose, or Mark.
He said Ahmed. It's Ahmed. Yeah.
Ahmed. They ain't putting up with it.
Nah.
We all you got. That's why I said you're speaking like, well, we got to do it with each other. No, we don't have to do it with each other. Either you get on our program or you buy a dog and die alone.
Wait.
But I don't think you guys like it, and I don't think they like it in that starker term, guys. You see how it goes down? It's like, well, still trying to make it to where, well, it's not fair. Go ahead and say it's not fair. It's not fair. Go ahead and say it's not fair. It's not right. It shouldn't have to be. How tall are you?
It shouldn't be that way.
How tall are you?
I'm 5'10".
Dress size?
160, 165.
Dress size? Dress size?
Size 8 or 10.
Mm-hmm.
5'10", 160. This is a tall girl. 160. You should be really, pretty slim. 5'10", 160.
And you were saying it shouldn't be what?
I was just saying it's gonna. I don't understand how we can make some cooperate or make something work with somebody who does not have interest in doing that.
They don't have interest. You act like, okay, you make them interested. That's all you got, ma'am. I don't know how you do it. You get off your lazy ass and you try. You fail, you try better. That's how you do it.
And baby, just assuming, like at the end of the day, like it was enough for you to attract them to approach you. You guys are maybe dating if you're dating with intention. You see somewhere along the lines, if you make it past the representative stage and this guy isn't the one that you should be with, or you feel like you see in the future with, or you feel like he's not what you want, he's not a leader, he wants to start shit, then you go on to the next. Unfortunately, that's how it is. But they say you got to kiss a few frogs, baby. You got to kiss a few frogs. Yeah.
That's how you do it. Have you ever had to go after something that wasn't given to you? This is entitlement. You're not entitled to a black man. We don't belong to you. Because black women have for the longest acted like you didn't belong to black men. So now you're free. It's a free market economy. So now you have to sell yourself. You got to compete. And if you don't compete, if you don't, and if the black man is in your neighborhood and you can't convince the black man in your neighborhood that you're the best pick, you think you're going to go to the next suburb or the next group of men and convince them that you're the best pick? You think those women are going to let you take their men?
I just don't. How do black women act like we don't belong to black men?
God damn. Did you not answer the question?
Oh, I'm sorry.
If you can't get the men in your neighborhood, what are you going to get? You're going to go to the other groups, other races' neighborhoods?
Nah.
You still got to convince those men and you got to compete with those women.
And a lot of times you see more effort being put in. And as they say, as I guess one thing that goes around with us, with the bros will say, there is no conditional, as they put it, conditional femininity. It's just auto submission is on auto. There's no question about it. And why is that at the end of the day? Chad and all them not gonna put up with that shit. It's you coming with it, and when you come with it, it's gonna stay that way. Why is that though? Who knows?
I want everyone to understand this is how lazy and entitled the modern black woman's attitude has become to black men. She can't even understand what I'm saying. I understand that she's really confused because it's like, well, I don't get it because you think it should be easy. Ma'am, if every black man today who was marrying age married every black woman in this country, there would still be 2 million more black women left. Listen and listen well. Marriage is not a guarantee. It is blood sport. It is competition. Every woman is not going to win, and you are going to have to compete. All fair in love and war. So what do black women who want to have a husband, especially if they want a black man, what are they going to have to do? They're going to have to do what? Figure it out. I'm thinking. I mean, people in the comment section are saying the same. Lazy. I just don't get it. They really want.
I just don't understand how is that lazy if we're just saying that it's hard for us to try with someone who literally
don't try.
So it's hard. Okay, it's hard for you to try. So what? So what? So what? It's hard for you to try. It's hard for you to try. It should be harder for you to live alone and die by yourself. So what? It's hard for you to try. Then what? Then what? It's hard for you to try. Ma'am, it's hard for you to try. Ma'am, it's hard for you to try. Ma'am, it's hard for you to try. Do you have a college degree?
No.
Okay. Sorry, ma'am. Life is hard. Anything worth having in this life is worth working for. You sound lazy. It's hard. So what? If a man had to work for a worthwhile woman, you women would say a woman like her is worth working for. True or false?
Yes.
Thank you.
But I never said black men weren't working for. I'm saying black men aren't.
Go back and look at the comment section, man. You don't get it. I get it. You don't get it. And this is how far they're falling, guys. She really doesn't get it. She really doesn't. And I don't blame you for not getting it.
What you're saying, but what I'm saying to you is, how can we try and put forth this effort to somebody who's not even receptive?
First of all, that's a disingenuous ass question. You assume that 100% of black men are not there.
Right.
I'll give it to you this way. You know how you do it? Because I'm a salesperson. Your job as a salesperson starts when somebody says no. If everybody bought that you asked, there would be no need for you. That means you have to deal with rejection. That means you're saying that how do we do this to a group of men who don't want it? You go ask them what they want. You knock on the door and say, how can I get you to be my boyfriend? What do you need for me to become your wife? You got to actually go to the consumer. I know it's crazy. You got to go to the person who you want to purchase your product and give them what they want. I know it's wild. You don't go to the market and say, hey, tell me.
That sounds too much like begging to me. That sounds too much like trying to be somebody's slave. That's doing the most. I'd rather just give up this pussy, have a baby, and call it a day. Baby, keep it up.
How to sell you. Hey, I got this widget to sell. Tell me how you go out and do all the research and tell me how to make millions of dollars off you. Lazy. They want it easy, gentlemen. Great call, because it really typifies the problem. It really typifies the problem. Point blank purr. It typifies the problem. They simply do not get it. Black men don't like us. Black men ain't. But then first it was guys my age aren't into relationships. Unless it's with a white woman or Hispanic woman. Well, then guys your age are into relationships. Well, yeah, but only if it's that or this. Well,
who are y'all getting pregnant by? Who are y'all having babies by? Who's hitting that ass tonight? Is it a white, Hispanic, or Asian guy that's hitting that ass tonight? No, but he's just not high quality, JR. I guess that's black men's fault too. You just got to do a better job, baby, of your selection. Or you just take what you can get, or you take, you just not good at choosing. I mean, just say that.
The black women who are in the competition, are they physically fit? No. Well, it ain't brain surgery or rocket science.
It's God's beat maker.
And I don't know. I will put a light in the sky for the G's that done turn memory from go. Blessings we send to the ghetto youth them.